Namaste, Jai Shivaya. Today we are going to talk about another important characteristic of Atma. So, this characteristic is Preeti and Apreeti. Now, if you have watched my Yoga Darshan videos, then you will see that I have taught that, there is avidya that happens in the chitta. Chitta is the storage warehouse for all your sanskars, all your chittavrittis and vasanas and everything, and memories as well. In general, you call them memories, and behavioral, mental, emotional, behavioral patterns. So in chitta, the avidya arises in our existence. And when avidya means ignorance, so when ignorance gets little bit more deformed and it devolves further, then it converts into asmita. Asmita is I am in its purest form. But then asmita also gets deformed and it's further devoluted, and devolution happens to it, and raga and dwesha are created from asmita. So raga and dwesha are, raga means attachment, lot of attachment, and it's deformed, even further deformed form of further deformity of raga is moha. Moha is like obsession towards something or somebody or some place. Okay, so moha gets created, and then from moha actually another deformity happens, further devolution happens, and krodh, anger, frustration, lot of anger, and from anger there is rage and so on. So these things get deformed like that. So raga means attachment to, or pull towards something. Okay, very, very strong pull towards something. And dvesha is opposite of it, of raga. So dvesha means aversion from something, strict aversion from something. And that is how people behave in life, right? From raga, from dvesha, every desire happens, is propelled either because of raga or because of dvesha, right? You want to get something, or you want to stay away from something, leave something, or give away something. So that's how it works. So this avidya, before this avidya happens, in the purest form, Atma has the characteristic of Preeti and Apreeti. Preeti is like raga, but raga is something that has avidya in between. Okay, so between Apreeti and raga, there is avidya, ignorance in between. Agyana means lack of wisdom is there. And that's why raga has happened. Same thing is with apreeti. Apreeti means dvesha. But dvesha is the result of when apreeti was, or in other words, aversion was combined with, or got delusional, or got mixed up or polluted with agyana, lack of wisdom. And that's how it become dvesha, aversion, strong aversion, or strongly trying to, stay away or get rid of something and this and that. So, Preeti and Apreeti are always the major distinction between, although from the surface they look like same, Preeti Apreeti and Raga Dwesha, they look like same. If you are trying to, marry somebody because you love somebody, that is Raga, right? And when people are trying to follow a good lifestyle, a healthy lifestyle, that is Preeti. Okay? And if you are trying to get rid of somebody from your life because they are no longer beneficial to you, that is Dvesha. Okay? If you hate somebody, that is Dvesha. But as a Vairagi, as a yogi, as a spiritual seeker, if you are trying to get away from your family, or trying to isolate yourself, go to a secluded place and do your practices, and for your spiritual reasons, if you are doing that, that is Apreeti. Okay, if you are eating a lot of chocolate cake and you just love sweets so much, that is Raga. But if you are trying to eat something that helps your body, mind and spirit to help you do your spiritual practices, then that is Preeti. If you are trying to get rid of, alcohol because you became alcoholic and now you are trying to, you hate it, and you're trying not to drink it or whatever, that is called Dwesha. Okay, that you are now generating reasons inside you to not drink it, so that is Dwesha. But when you are trying to get rid of something, a sanskara from your chitta, your own mental behavioral patterns, your chitta vrittis, that is Apreeti. Okay, so in other words, what I'm trying to say is that Preeti and Apreeti, the basic characteristics of Atma, have Gyana in them. Living life as an Atma, when people attain Samadhi, when they attain Moksha, when they become Jivan Mukta, okay, when in other words, when they have enlightenment, they still have basic characteristic of an Atma, that is Preeti and Apreeti. And Preeti and Apreeti both are with Gyana, with wisdom of life. That is why you see that lot of Samadhi gurus, they suddenly do not start, jamming up with criminals, or if somebody try to force feed them the wrong thing, they just do not want to have it and they reject it outright and they have strong aversion towards it. So just on the surface, if you are looking at it, oh, this guy still has attachments and aversions, he's still trying to eat only vegetarian and not eating non-vegetarian or seafood or whatever, then he or she can't be enlightened, right? Because they still have Raga and Dwesha. Oh, he is still favoring or, teaching little more to this student and trying to push this student away, then they definitely have an emotional attachment or, Raga and Dwesha left in them. No, this is not the way to see it. There is Gyana behind everything. There is wisdom behind everything. When Preeti and Apreeti is lived through an Atma, through an Atma-Gyani, through a Samadhi Guru, then it has wisdom in it. If they are trying to teach something to a student, he needs it. If whatever they are trying to teach to a student, and this is minded, I'm talking here about those gurus who have attained Samadhi. Not just any guru and every guru. Not just any and every spiritual guru I'm talking about. I'm talking about Samadhi gurus. Why? Only they are Atma-Gyanis. Only they are now living as Atma. Right? Only they are practicing Preeti and Apreeti. There is Gyana behind it. That what to give to this person or that person, and when is the time to give it to them. Okay? People may come and ask for a lot of Deekshas. To some they may give the Deeksha, to some they may say wait. And how long? They won't tell. It happens with me as well, right? At times I give Deeksha readily available, or sometimes I say wait for 6 months, wait for a year, wait for 3 months, or I just say, okay, whenever it's the right time, I will reach out to you. I will give you that Deeksha. Okay. So there is Preeti and Apreeti. So never ever try to, look at Raga and Dwesha similar as Preeti and Apreeti. Although from the behavioral point of view, from the living practice point of view, from the living point of view, living experience point of view, they both on the surface look like same. But there is a stark distinction. One has Gyana as the source. Preeti is happening inside in enlightened people. Preeti is their living experience, their living style with the Gyana. Apreeti or aversion or detachment or dispassion, whatever English word you want to put there, there is no English word for Preeti Apreeti, and even Raga Dwesha are not just attachments, and it's push and pull, you can say. There's no correct English words for these terms that are there in Sanskrit, in Hindi. So conceptually you can understand that Preeti is more like, pull towards something, and Apreeti is push from something. Okay. So these, but Preeti and Apreeti are happening with the wisdom of the universe, the wisdom of the cosmos, the wisdom of life, Brahma Gyana. But Preeti and Apreeti are not treated as sanskaras of chitta or vasanas of chitta. Only when avidya happens to an atma, there will be sanskaras, vasanas and chittavrittis in the chitta. And Preeti Apreeti will finally, with avidya, with ignorance, will become raga and dvesha. So I hope this helps in understanding that suddenly all samadhi gurus or people like that, spiritual people, they are not, going to be always same for anybody and everybody. They are always going to be, if somebody gives them seafood, they will eat it, or suddenly a criminal says, okay, you come tomorrow and how about we just have a drink, and they will just go and have it. No. Atma knows what is right, and Atma knows what is wrong. So from that level, they are still going to practice Preeti and Apreeti in life. And it is always going to be with Gyana, with wisdom. It's not going to be like all the other people that you see around you who practice or who live Raga from Raga and Dvesha. So all the unenlightened people, those who are yet in the process of being enlightened, or everybody is actually in the process of being enlightened. It may be in this life or that life, or some life it will be there, right? So we can say everybody else is in the process of enlightenment. Some are consciously there, some are unconsciously there. So living practices, living experience of them, when they live through Raga and Dvesha, while all the Samadhi people, they live from Preeti and Apreeti. One has wisdom behind it, another one has no wisdom, a lack of wisdom, or ignorance or delusion behind it. I hope this helps. Namaste. Jai Shivaya.